Now, Finance Minister Ofori Atta on Newsfire last Saturday rejected claims of under-evaluation. He says the CSOs misconstrued the state capital in the deal as the market value. According to him again, the real value of the commodity will be established after it is put on the stock market.
Which valuation, also you price at the point of which you've done the roadshow and you're about
they're giving
to
up to, as they say, 3 years. And you're talking about a signing for, as it were, in perpetuity. And they say they were giving only 3 years of cash flow. And that's not sufficient enough to assess them to make, take a good oversight responsibility for the people.
Samson, what do you have? There's fact and there's truth, right. Okay? And I think we need to be clear about that. So in terms of historicals as to what the value of our royalties are and projections, I guess in a sense 3 years will give you the most insight into everything else. It's a projection. So once you have the 3 years, you have a clear view of what is going. But the issue going forward with these transactions of valuation is that in the end, you are going to do this as a multiple of the net asset value compared to what else is on the market. And that's what happens. In the same way in which I go to Parliament, I ask for their forbearance and they give me approval to go and get $3 billion. Now, as to whether it's going to be 41 years, it's going to be 6.875%, etc., I can't even begin to do that. And that's $3 billion, okay? So we are looking at an issue of 500 million, for example, if we wanted to just do nominal. So the fact of the matter is that, yes, there was a 3-year cash flow in which we understood. Everything else is projection. Dividend policy you can't declare, except that when you look at comparables, you know that they typically do 30%. So it's not a question of mischief or trying to keep information away from Parliament. So you cure that and you move. So what are we trying to do for the nation, and we move on that.
He also described as false claims that the Attorney General was not part of the process. He says the advice of the Attorney General, even at the cabinet level, was
it does baffle me because the principle, at least for me, what I work with when there is a transaction of some sort, it's really to dig deeper than what purportedly has been done. I'm not sure what we did not give parliamentarians through the Finance Committee in the various meetings that we had. What I don't know is I don't know the final price, so I can't give that. I don't know what else is a mystery, really. When we talk about this transaction,
they say that, for example, they wanted to be able to investigate into the background of this particular entity. They were not giving any details about the entity.
Samson, this is just a phone call.
Okay.
And you know the way in which, because of AML, CFT issues, the way in which responses are done. To find out what myth is about is Ghana Registrar General's Department. To find out details of a company incorporated in Jersey, it's really a phone call away. So we can make, a meal out of this and create this sense of lack of information. But truly, I think we need to get to the substantive part of this.
Yes.
And that it makes me very nervous when we talk about that, because really, of all of these, so even with bills and acts that we go to Parliament with, we have a retreat, we go through things, they say no, we change. So that dialogue to be interpreted as the AG not being part of it, it's palpably wrong. The AG is supposed to interrogate anything you bring and she may have a different view. You discuss it, and then she understands how far she wants you to go. And the Republic as a preeminent reason why she does things. So that dialogue cannot be misconstrued as AG not participating.
In respect of that, the Imani asked a question.
Yeah.
How was Cabinet able to approve a deal in March 2020 when as late as May 28th, 2020, the Attorney General was complaining of not having seen the 4 main agreements involved in the transaction besides the relationship agreement? What exactly was presented to Cabinet to review and approve? That's a legitimate question.
Oh, it can be. You know,